We've had some technical difficulties, as you know. I apologize. And I'm going to do something here. I hope it works. And if it doesn't work, we're going to move on to the next thing. My name is David Groen. This is we're here today. I'm going to explain what we're here for in just a few minutes. But I first am going to try to see if we can do the national anthem for Holland, followed by the national anthem Hatikva for Israel. So if this works, we'll find out shortly. If it does, I'm going to ask you to rise. If it doesn't, I'm going to ask you to sit. The national anthem performed by Andrew Yu, one of my mother's favorites. This is Hatikva by Restored Violins in London. Thank you. Okay. So, I hope you can hear me. And once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had and are probably implemented. Before we start with some introductions, some people are going to speak, a number of people are going to speak today. I'm going to start off with a little joke. I think it's probably a good idea right now. A couple had two little boys, ages 8 and 10, who were excessively mischievous. They knew they were always getting in trouble, and the parents knew that if any mischief occurred in their town, their sons were probably involved. The boy's mother heard that a clergyman in town had been successful in disciplining children, so she asked if he would speak with her boys. The clergyman agreed, but asked to see them individually. So the mother sent her 8-year-old first in the morning, with the older boy to see the clergyman in the afternoon. The clergyman, a huge man with a booming voice, sat the younger boy down and asked him sternly, "Where is God?" The boy's mouth dropped open, but he made no response, sitting there with his mouth hanging open, wide-eyed. So the clergyman repeated the question in an even sterner tone, "Where is God?" Again, the boy made no attempt to answer. So the clergyman raised his voice even more and shook his finger in the boy's face and bellowed, "Where is God?" The boy screamed and bolted from the room, ran directly home, and dove into his closet, slamming the door behind him. When his older brother found him in the closet, he asked, "What happened?" The younger boy, gasping for breath, replied, "We are in big trouble this time. God is missing and they think we did it." Everyone has different beliefs, but for those who ask the question, where is God? I believe the presence of God is in this room today, as we are here for this special event. Before I tell you more about the story and what brings us together today, I would like to introduce my very dear friend, Rabbi Amiel Novoseller, who together with his wife Susan traveled from Philadelphia just to be able to attend today's ceremony. I now invite Rabbi Novoseller to share a few words as we begin.
Well, I'm a rabbi, and I bring Madrich, Rabbi's Manual. I brought a copy of the book with me, just in case I forget why I was here. And I take a moment to reflect. I guess this is on. Yes. I take a moment to reflect on why I'm here. And part of my reason for being here is purely selfish. I wanted to be with David. I wanted to tell him that I support anything he has to do. Close friend. I've known him now 5, 6 years, 7 years. And from the day I first met him till now, there's nothing but admiration. I've met the rest of his brothers and sisters and family and friends, and met them on a couple of sad occasions, Shiva call, and nothing but admiration for the entire family. But that's not what I wanted to say this morning, or this afternoon now. There are many reasons in our history, in Judaic history, Christian history, Islamic history, for celebrating about music. I'll go back to the time of Moses, and he talks Shir Hashiri, Shir Hayam, the song of the water crossing the Red Sea. I'll go back to all the Psalms, King David playing the harp, reaching our hearts with music. Then I jump many, many, many centuries ahead. And I jump to 1967. In 1967, I was yet a 16 or 17-year-old or 15-year-old, and there was a war that took place. Many of us are familiar with it. It was referred to as the 67 War. At that time, there was a singer by the name of Yafa Yarkoni. And Yafa Yarkoni sang a song that rang in my heart to this moment. And it talks of the violin. In the stanza, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, v'shal nechoshet v'shal or, halo l'chol shirayich, ani kinor. For all of your songs, I am a violin. And it is at that moment that I remember the attitude of the world at the time, how great it was. A split second of united world. It was a united Jerusalem, but it was a united world. And here we are, a few decades later, and we're talking about a united world coming back from a period of desolation. And we'll all enjoy in happiness for the violin and the violinist. I was asked to give an invocation, invoking what? And my invoking at this moment, or my blessing at this moment, is a blessing that passes all the religions of the Western world. And I'll ask you all to please rise as I recite the threefold blessing. I was taught by my father never rely on my memory. So I make sure I have things written. Yivarechecha ad Hashem v'yishmerecha. Ya'er ad Hashem panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisar Hashem panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless thee and keep thee. May God countenance thee and be gracious to thee. And may God grant thee peace and tranquility for now and forever. Amen.
Amen.